Even though this life gets tough, said you gotta keep fighting. And even though it gets hard, it's gon' get you hard. Gotta keep striving. But you gotta keep striving. Through the fears and the loss, but the tears won't turn off. No cares, your heart's crying. Yes, hold on to his words. Lean on him. It gets better.
The toughest war you ever face will be domestic. It's elementary, it's been this way for centuries. Cold War was raised against our seed. Take off them blinders, you will see. That it ain't about them gas prices, it's all about who whip the nicest. All about them deals on bundles, Arrow Fleet don't make them up. Face beating red bottoms, dead beats we hear about them. Fitted up from head to toe, but never at their children's door. Wonder why they dying by the dozens, but it's simple, yo. Just listen. It's time we stop ignoring facts. It's time we take our family back. Fix the root and then attack. Stop making moves without a plan. Control emotions, then we stand. Calling on my kingdom and to come together. Take this land. We gotta fight, our future depends. Get the head back in order, cause that's where it begins. Invest your all into your garden, water the roots to the end. Nurture the family tree and let the fruit feed all men. Just listen.
Even though this life gets tough, said you gotta keep fighting.
Welcome to another episode of A Mile in My Shoes, where we ask the question, how can we say we know someone if we've never heard their story? Look, tonight we have an amazing testimony of God's saving power coming to you from a young lady by the name of Sydni Melancon. Without any further ado, look, she's nervous tonight. Y'all show her some love and welcome her with open arms, man, as she shares her story and we walk this mile with her.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sydney. It's nice to meet everybody.
Look, the people, I already warned them that you're nervous. Look, there's nothing to be nervous about. Look, take your time. Look, okay. Tell them who you are, where you're from, and just tell them the story in detail of what took place on that day.
Well, I'm from a little town called Sunset, Louisiana, which is not too far from Lafayette. I've been here all my life. I've been doing traveling and stuff from time to time. But after the accident, of course, I took a break. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to articulate my words. I took a break and just focused on, I guess, what I needed to fix in my life, because up until that point, I was moving too fast. You know, yeah. I was drowning myself in depression, anxiety, and everything, and people that's close to me kept dying and stuff. So like, I was a drinker, I was a smoker, you know, I was following into the wrong path, I guess. So my accident happened 2.5 years ago on February 11th of 2021. I had been to jail one time. I was going to school for pre-medicine at the time, but after that happened, I just took a shift and did criminal justice. So when the accident happened, I had lost my birth mother in 2018. So that's what kind of led up to the accident, because I just was drinking myself till I pass out, drinking, smoking, like, you know, doing the things that I knew was bringing me down, but that's the only way that I knew how to cope, I guess, with what I was dealing with, I guess. So it caught up with me. I was drinking at a bar the night of the accident, and my sister tried to take my keys, but me being the sister that I was, I'm like, if anybody should be responsible, because I had just bought a brand new car and it was paid off. So I was like, if anybody was supposed to be responsible, it would have been me. You know, I'd have just took the lead, because everybody, you know, was drinking excessively as I was or whatever. So I almost fought her for my keys. She let me take the keys. I got in the car. I was good until I got to this certain point. I was on my way home, and my cousin called and said that she forgot her phone in my car. So I was turning around to go bring it to her, and it had started raining really hard. But I have, I guess, a little bit of faint memory when it comes to that, because I had took over 10 shots. I was drinking margaritas and stuff. So by the time it took time to sit on me, and I was sitting down. Everything hit me at one time. I passed out, hit the gas, and when I was trying to turn around, I ran straight into. I veered off. My car veered off into a pole. It was like the light pole, and then my car flipped 8 times. I got ejected out the car.
Ooh.
I got ejected out the car maybe close to almost 100 feet because I was going maybe like 98, like
What?
once I hit the gas, and I flew out right when I hit the pole. So I had a gash on my leg. It was open. God stopped me right before. It was like a little small bridge, maybe. So like, I flew so far. I flew up until there, like right before this big canal. It's like a big gully. So if I would have went any faster, I probably would have been, definitely going because I couldn't swim. I wasn't comprehensive or anything,
Right.
do anything for myself, and it just so happened that two guys seen me messed up at the gas station prior to me getting into the accident, so they followed me because they seen that I wasn't okay. And when they seen the whole accident happen, so the little clip that I had sent you, that was like just a piece of it, but I wasn't ready to, I guess, show the world because I was stripped from my clothing and everything. So like I
Right.
was really just laying there, like I was basically a dead body. So by the time the people got to me, they had called the cops and they're like, "We got to get her out of here because my car was about to blow up." So just, I guess the guy made it to where like my car called my parents during that time, and they heard the conversation. They knew something was wrong, but they was trying to call my sister like, "Okay, what's going on? Have you talked to Sydney, this, that, and the third?" But they couldn't hear me, so my mom was yelling. She was like, "Sydney, Sydney," nobody, no response or whatever. My phone was in the car. So when the people got there, soon as they got there and tried to cover me up and stuff and try to work on me, I died. So they had to resuscitate me at the scene. They resuscitated me. So when they put me in the ambulance to transport me to the hospital, that was literally down the road. I was like maybe less than 5 minutes down the road. I flatlined again right when I went to the, like, got into the emergency room. So
Twice.
I died twice. So during that time, they contacted my parents. I guess they were waiting up because they heard what happened. Well, a partial what happened. They heard my car, flipping everything. So the chaplain called and they were like, "Well, this is about your daughter, Sydney. I need y'all to, come to the hospital." They didn't want to let her know exactly what was going on, but when the chaplain calls, it's usually not a good sign at all.
Right.
So they got to the hospital around like maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. They couldn't really tell them anything, so they just fixed me up. Like they sewed my leg back together and stuff. I did have a broken, my left leg was broken, but it was like my ACL, PCL, PLC, my ligaments and tendons. But they didn't find that until 6 months after I left the hospital. So during that time, I was on a ventilator. They had no faith in me like making it through the night, but they just had fixed me up and did what they thought was the best thing until my parents got there. And I thank God for sparing my life. I thank God for my parents being praying people, and they went on a huge prayer line that night, throughout the whole night, and I didn't wake up till almost 2 days later. But when I woke up,
Ooh.
I woke up fully functional. Like I woke up trying to talk, trying to get out of the bed, trying to see like what happened to me. Like I knew it was something bad, but I guess like the first memory I did have was like, okay, what happened? Because this is where I was, and where's my sister? Like that was the person that I recalled being with, and like, where is she? Like, is she okay? Because I didn't care about nothing else. Like, I just was like just what happened. Like I'm awake, I'm functional. Like y'all don't have to run no extra tests, and they're just looking at me like, "Oh my God, you're alive." Like, like you're like, everybody was like with their mouths open, and I'm just like, I didn't understand the severity until they told me after I got out the hospital that I died, and I'm like, what?
Twice.
I died. I'm like, it felt like I was sleeping. Like, so I was like, it was just pitch blackness, and maybe it was because I was, had a lot of alcohol in my system, and then on top of the medicine they had to give me Valium and everything to subside the pains that I probably would have felt when I woke up. But it just felt like I just had surgery, you know, like a typical um waking up from some anesthesia or something. But I was trying to rip the ventilator out of my mouth because I'm like, I'm done, like I can
Oh, that
breathe,
mercy.
like, you know, and everything. But they're like, we have to, you know, test you out, make sure that you're okay, make sure that you don't forget how to breathe. But I'm like, I'm good, like, you know. But I never really fully understood what God had done for me until I seen how it affected everybody around me, you know. So that's whenever I took this step back, like, okay, I can't drink no more, can't smoke no more, I can't live like this because I shouldn't have made it out that accident. Like I shouldn't have made it out.
I'm trying to upload these. I'm trying to upload the pictures. That's why you see me keep
I
looking
shouldn't
down.
have made it out. But I was like, you know, it did take a couple of months to process really, but I never heard the end of it from my family. Like everybody was just crying and just thankful that I made it and I was alive and I didn't have they said I didn't have no brain injury, no concussion, no nothing. And I flew almost 100 feet. I was still trying to wrap my head around it, I guess, because I was like, I've been in a few accidents, but it was never like to that extent. Like the severity of it was like, how did I even make it out? And the only answer I have for that is God. Like,
Ooh, look, the picture is small, but I
yeah.
have the picture posted. Let me see if I can remove myself. So there we go, man. I want them to see. If y'all go back and look at these pictures from this accident, man. But God, man.
That's really the only thing I can say. And it's like it's a lot of people do make mistakes in life, you know, but you can't let those mistakes define the person that you are and everything. So I did beat myself up about it a lot because I
Yeah,
knew better, you know, but I wasn't getting the proper help that I needed. Like I felt like I couldn't talk to the people that I did love, you know, because I guess like how other people grew up, it's like they can only be there for you to a certain extent because this is what they were taught, you know. So
yeah,
I just felt like I could only go to certain people to a certain extent. So it's like I was trying to deal and cope with the issues and the trauma from my childhood and everything all in one, all by myself, and it was like eating me up inside because me and my mom, like, we didn't have the best relationship, but you know, I still loved her anyways. I still, you know, tried to be there. I still tried to form that connection and everything. And when I couldn't say goodbye, you know, and didn't have the time that I wish I could have had with her, it ate me up. It
yeah,
really ate me up. And I do have parents that, you know, love me and they care for me a lot and they've done a lot for me. I'm always appreciative, you know, but it's like, it's just crazy because not a lot of people go into talking about depression and they feel like mental health doesn't exist, you know, and it does.
Ooh, talk about it, man.
It really does.
Talk
So it's like
about it.
now, like since then, I've been journaling, I've been doing meditations, I've been praying a lot more. I actually, I feel closer to God since that accident happened. Like, and I didn't take it serious until he made me stop. Like he made me stop doing the things that I was doing because I knew it wasn't right, but I was like, how many chances is he really gonna give you? And I feel like that one was a wake up call. Like, okay, next time this happens, I don't know if you're gonna make it. Well,
Yeah,
sorry, you're not gonna make it because I spared your life one time. Okay, if you don't get it through your head the next time, you know, then that's
yeah.
what it is. But like it really opened my eyes to a lot of things. God is real, death is real. Like, you know, is one day you're here, the next minute you're not.
She was asking about what was happening to make you drink, but I think she said that before you explained about the
Oh
losing
yeah,
of your
my
mom and
birth mother had died of cancer, and it was like a sudden cancer that just hit her from stage 2 to stage 4, and I didn't really have that much time, you know, with her or whatever. So, and I guess it's a lot more to it, you know, like with my past trauma and past history and I can go on and on about my situations and stuff because I'm also a domestic violence, you know, survivor because I've had
yeah,
to fend for my life and everything also. So it's like a lot of those things tallied up and, you know, balled up to that one point where I was just okay. I used to drink for years and I'm like, I would drink that heavy, but it's like I was okay. Like you're always okay until you're not. So like that's
yeah,
just happened in that moment, you know.
yeah. So
So it's like,
you've survived a
yeah.
lot.
Oh yeah, it's been like it's been a heck of a ride. And it's gonna
You survived a lot.
right.
So
Yeah.
we had a comment in here um that said you have work to do for God. Have you accepted that?
I have. I accepted it after I woke up.
Look,
After, because I'm like, man, he's really
dying
not.
twice.
Yeah. And it's because I was
Twice.
losing. I guess because I was losing a lot of blood and everything, and my alcohol level was 0.250, which is the death or coma, like coma or death. So they had to medically induce me into a coma so that I wouldn't feel the trauma, or like maybe my nerves will shoot up because of the severity of the situation and the trauma that I had experienced. Because I can't really tell you exactly what I saw because I was heavily medicated and everything, but I'm pretty sure if they wouldn't have done that and I would have came back, and I probably would have seen something far more,
Yeah.
beyond the unknown. Like, and I probably wouldn't have been able to handle that, because I've always said, like, I was always scared to die. Like, I'm definitely scared to die because it's so easy to die. Like, I feel like it's much harder to live than to die. So it's like, it's that easy to die, and it's like, not gonna say like what's next, but it's like we don't know what's next besides we waiting to go to heaven or hell, and
Yeah.
we don't know what's like in between that area. So that's really what my main concern was. I'm like, I wasn't ready. I'm not ready. I still have a lot more to do and a lot more to accomplish to get to my life purpose. I'm in the process of that, and I feel like the situations that I have been in is to make people more aware and help other people get closer to God and closer to their high, like the greatest version of themselves and everything, because it's a lot of people that die from suicide. It's a lot of people that die from not being able to handle the struggles and everything that life throws at you, but I'm definitely a firm believer and living proof that you can make it through anything. Anything that you put your mind to. If you think that you can't do it, all you have to do is pray for the guidance and the strength and the courage, and with God you can move mountains. Like, I didn't move a lot of things. I didn't have a lot of accomplishments. I'm still accomplishing things, which is why I can do this interview today,
Yeah.
because I wasn't ready before. I kept pushing the day back. But I'm like, I'm not ready. Like, God was just saying, like, not now, not now, because I have a lot of other stuff that I'm dealing with,
Yeah.
and battling with. So it's like, I feel like now is the right time. And I think this can push me further into my life purpose and the path that I'm really supposed to be
You
in.
did it, man.
Yeah. I
You
just
did it.
graduated college with my bachelor's in criminal justice, so I'm furthering my education and everything, and I just had a baby. Well, I didn't just have him, he's 7 months now, but that's another story in itself because they told me I couldn't have kids. So to be blessed with a kid
Wow.
after
Man.
I sat there and made a mistake and almost cost me my life, God blessed me in the end, because that was another situation that I was going through as well. So it's a lot of things that I can say God has done for me. Like,
Look, we got
it,
another question. Somebody in the comments asks, what type of church do you attend?
I attend a non-denominational church. The church is called River of Life Ministries in Opelousas. The pastor is Walter Davis Jr., First Lady Sandra Davis. I've been going there since 2001.
Yeah.
I've been going there since I was a little kid, and it's like I backslid a little bit. I was in and out of the church, but my parents never stopped going. So it's like now I'm back in the church going. I'm trying to make it once a week, but if my baby's sick and stuff, then I'll try to catch the online version of it on YouTube and stuff. So they've definitely helped me through a lot as well. Like, those are some really powerful people, like serving the Lord and everything. Like, I can honestly say that. It
So,
just takes a lot of prayers.
so you got a bachelor's in criminal justice, correct?
Yeah.
You've battled with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, all of the above, right?
Yeah.
You faced the drinking, you faced the habits, you faced the smoking. It sounds like you could do a lot for younger people.
I can, and that's what I'm working on right now.
Women included too, man.
No, yeah, definitely. Women, men, kids, adolescents, under 17, starting them young, like, so like, because there's a lot of violence around the area, like where I'm at right now is not too much, but I've also I just dealt with a situation which I'm still currently dealing with my brother, Nathaniel Melancon. He's been missing for a year and a half, and we have no
What?
answers. The cops sat there and basically, you could say destroyed evidence, because we can't, like, the stuff that we could have done, they waited so long, and it's like we have nothing right now. Like, we just have to wait and see what it is,
Let's
so.
well, I don't know if they allow y'all to speak on that. If the
Well,
family's
I
allowed.
can only speak, I guess, to a certain extent with it, because it is still an open
Yeah.
investigation. But
If we have prayer warriors, definitely pray about that situation dealing with. You said your brother,
yeah,
and what is his name, so they'll be able to call.
Nathaniel Melancon.
Mm-hmm. So you still carrying a lot of weight.
Oh yeah. Look,
Mm-hmm.
every day, but it's like I stay prayed up. I stay thanking God for the where I'm at in my life right now and where he's
Yeah.
about to take me. Like, I'm always grateful for the little stuff so that I can continuously stay blessed and continuously to stay uplifted and everything, because I'm human. I cry, I get angry,
We all do.
at certain things that I feel like shouldn't be, but everything does happen for a reason, and things are the way they are for a reason. So, like, you can't question God. So all I can ask for is just patience and perseverance and the courage to stay, uplifted, to keep moving on, because without God in your life, you're not gonna make it.
Right.
I don't care. Look, I don't care what nobody says. You're not gonna make it, because it's like a lot of things can get thrown at you, and guess what? It's gonna feel like it's just straight bullets, like, and you're gonna feel like, oh, I can't get a break. It feel like I can't get a break. Am I ever gonna be able to stay above water? Like, and that's where
Yeah.
people will gonna either break or you gonna make it.
Look, those are real feelings, man. And
Yeah.
look, the strongest of the strongest of the strongest have 'em. Those are
No,
real
that's
serious feelings. And look, I never think somebody is weak when they go through that, because I look, I have a strong relationship with God, and when those blows start coming,
it,
look,
it, it don't stop.
I know
The
exactly
devil,
what you're talking
devil
about.
be busy. Like, he definitely is busy, but it's like you gotta stay prayed up to make it through that.
So let's go to this portion of it. Let's start practicing now. You in front of a crowd of young ladies who have battled those things. And look, y'all can ask comments. I want y'all to imagine in the audience that y'all, the young ladies, the teens that she's talking to where y'all can give us some questions, because we gonna help her walk this purpose out tonight. So if you was speaking to the younger generation, say you in the auditorium with the young ladies at the school, what would you speak to them that may be entering into that stage of where they want to start veering off because of the weights that they dealing with? They getting into the partying and young men and the going out to the club. What would you speak to them?
It is okay to want to live your life, and do what you want to do, but every action has consequences, and depending on the severity of those actions, you just never know what life is going to throw to you next. So, like, I would say, don't be in a rush to grow up, because
Mm,
once you do it, feel like once you make 18, it's like you're almost 30, like, in the blink of an eye. So I feel like if I wish I could go back, to my teen self and change a few things, but I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't be the person I am today either. So I would just say, make minimal mistakes, get a bigger relationship with God. And for those, I feel like growing up, a lot of people, not saying that they wasn't like that close to God, but like it was like they just wasn't worried about him. They just thought about like living life, partying, drinking, doing whatever you want to do, until they meet these major obstacles and stuff, and then that's the only person you can call on, because 9 times out of 10 their parent, it starts all within the household, like your parents and stuff and how they were raised. So it's like, if they don't know God, then how can you expect your kids to know God,
Yeah.
and everything. So with the guys, I can honestly say love yourself first, because that is gonna come a time where you may feel like, okay, why, like, I wish he would love me more. Like, what do I have to do to make this man do this or make this boy do this? And you honestly, if they don't love the person you are, or like love what you do, or elevate what you, motivate you to do the right thing, I wouldn't even go for them, because there's so many men, so many boys out here that serve God, that sit there and are on the right path, that will appreciate you, that will respect you, that will love you the way that you're supposed to be, and just never tolerate the disrespect, the abuse, none of that, because it's not worth it. Like, it could result in your life ending, or
Yeah.
a bad mistake that you can't take back.
Now, speaking of the domestic violence part of it, what advice would you give the young ladies that may be dealing with that?
For the early ones that it probably just happened, and maybe happened once or twice, get out while you can, because you may like probably like make the excuses or whatever, and one might turn into 10, and then 15, and then the abuse might get more severe, and
Yeah.
just get out while you can. There's always somebody to help. There's phone lines. There's, okay, if you go to the store, I'm sure that you might go to the store by yourself or whatever. Leave then. Like, I would take it and just like pack up and leave. Like, don't take it. Like, the materialistic stuff, I guess, is replaceable. Your life isn't. Your kids' life isn't. Like, so to do what's best for you and to have the safety for you, and if they have kids and stuff, get out while you can. For the ones that have been going through it, for years and years, and they feel like they don't have a way out, there's always a way out. There's always, like, the man has to go to work, one day, or like he has to, like, you can make it out, like.
Tell me this. Now, this is me asking the question because I want to pick your brain. Uh, what goes on in the mind? And this is where I want to, like I said, pick your brain. What goes on in the mind? Because I know it's going to be many women who may watch this who deal with domestic abuse. What goes on when that takes place that causes a woman to be like, no, I'm gonna stay. No, it ain't that bad. Like, because I'm a man, so I don't know how that works. How does that work mentally?
So depending on how the relationship was formed, maybe they haven't always been abusive and stuff. People, men and women, they tend to fall in love with the person that they used to know, and like until the spirit tackles on and they start doing the red flags and stuff. So once you are probably heavily in love with somebody, or like you in love with this person, so no matter what they do, this person is still inside of them. So I'm gonna continue to try to make it work, try to sit there and
Mm.
and I feel like that's where a lot of women are thinking, like, or if like it may not be that bad, because depending on the severity, they're like, if I leave, he's gonna kill me, or if I leave, they might send somebody and find out where I'm at and stuff. But it is ways to go around it. Like, it is always the way out.
It's a lot of situations. You speaking the truth, man. It that can be extremely scary.
No,
You
it
you
it,
wit-
it
you
def-
witness it all the time when when women try to leave some of these brothers, and then they end up taking the lives of the woman and themselves. Man,
yeah.
it's serious, man. Tell me this. I got another question. Look, I pick you. What are some of those red flags? What are
Whew.
those red flags that kind of catch you where you like, whoa, that ain't normal.
It could be verbal abuse at first. They might say certain things, like certain gestures or something they might make, or start talking like disrespectfully a little bit, and it's like from what a woman allows from that point on is how far they're gonna take it,
Mm.
because it can be simple as shut up, or like, nobody talking to you, talk when you told, or I'm the man of the house, I make the rules, or I'm the breadwinner, so it's whatever I say go,
Yeah. We
but
got a
like
comment says, I've heard many blame themselves for being abused. Have you ever had to deal with that?
no.
Yeah.
I haven't personally, but they probably thinking like, okay, he hit me because I didn't do this, or the house wasn't clean.
Mm.
The house wasn't clean enough, so this is why I got what I like. I felt like I deserved this because I wasn't the person that he was, portraying me to be, or that he wanted me to be, or I didn't listen to whenever he said his food was ready. Like it could be something from the simplest things to the hardcore stuff. Like, oh, it's my fault because I should have never did that, and it wasn't probably nothing at all.
Yeah.
But they should never blame themselves for getting abused, because nobody deserves to get their hand, like somebody to put their hands on them, male or
Yeah.
female. They have women out there that abuse men too.
Yeah.
It's not just the women that get abused or the kids that get abused. It's men too out there. And
Now,
sometimes it starts from, again, within the household. Like maybe they got abused as kids, or they got like, a lot of people are like fearful of rejection and stuff, and that'll probably turn somebody up with the anger and aggression
yeah.
and stuff. So it's a lot of things that probably people have been dealing with traumatically, like from their childhood or growing up, that something happened to them to where they act like that in their adult life. So
Yeah.
I've seen that happen as well.
That's deep. I recommend therapy for us all.
Yeah, look,
I'm not just hey, and I'm not just saying that to say that, man. I recommend therapy for us all. Look, Jesus Christ all day to the fullest. God
yeah,
can deliver, but I recommend therapy
I
for us
attend
all.
I attend therapy once a week.
Look, look, I'm proudly saying, look, I done made my second session. I feel good about it, man. And it's beautiful to be able to get stuff out.
Yes.
So
There's
I
there's
recommend it.
somebody out there to listen to you, and even if you do have to go, it would be nice to go to somebody that's closest to you, that you love and everything. But sometimes they just don't have the words for you. So go, like I find going to like a complete stranger, or like somebody who can get a raw and uncut version of exactly how this went down and can give me their personal opinion on it. I find that better because I can be myself. You know,
Non-biased.
cause growing up, like for me, I could have always talked to my parents and stuff, but like certain things, because their parents didn't believe in the mental health illnesses and everything, that they feel like, okay, what you crying for? Like, why are you so sad? Like, you have to get over it. But it's okay to acknowledge that you have these types of feelings and thoughts, and it's okay, it's okay to not be okay sometimes, but you have to have that reassurance, and sometimes
Yeah.
they can't give the reassurance because this is how they learn how to move on and live their life. They never had people to talk to and stuff, so it's like I've been trying to break those types of people out of that era, and it's like it's okay to have like feeling what you're feeling, about this. Cause like some might just brush it off and just be like, okay, it's whatever. Like I'm gonna just push it to the back burner. But that's how everything builds up, and you either be more aggressive, or the depression gets worse and everything. And then eventually you're not gonna know how to deal with that because this is how you've been doing it, all your life. Or,
Yeah.
as the situations arose, you just threw it to the back, and it's never gonna go away unless you face it.
We got a comment that says many men are afraid to report physical. Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
are afraid though, but you want to know why? Because the women that are doing the abusive, they will lie, and 9 times out of 10, the cop will always believe, you know, the woman over the man. But that's the stereotype and the hypocrisy, that was
Mhm.
placed on men when it came to them being abused. Because
Yeah.
normally you would see cases where always the man abusing the woman, but it's very rare that you'll see like the cases where the woman is abusing the man, unless like they shoot and kill him. That's pretty much the only ones I've been seeing.
Yeah.
So
I would
report.
like to know the numbers on that. I'm gonna have to ask my wife on that. What's the numbers on actual men who actually report
It's
and
very,
take them
very.
serious. Yeah, I've never
It's
heard a man.
definitely lower than the women.
Right. She says, I'm going through therapy right now. It's really a big. I'm telling y'all.
No,
Look, I
yeah.
ran from it for 38 years, man. Look, look. You gotta get it done. You gotta process all that trauma, man. She says, "Yep." And many times the police don't take their report. No.
And they don't, but you see, with that, that's where the change needs to come in the criminal justice system, which is why I'm in the field that I'm in, because a lot of these policemen, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, because not all cops are bad cops, or not all law enforcement is bad, but majority of them are just there to get a paycheck, or if they were bullied and stuff, they want to sit there and do it to the next person
Oh,
and have that badge on,
yeah.
because I've also dealt with the criminal injustice as well, with myself in my own situation. So I've seen it happen. Like I've
Look,
literally seen it
look.
happen
I
on my
commend you, but that's what we have to do instead of complaining. Like, become a part of it and change.
yeah.
Do what you can to change. So big ups on that one, man. She said that's facts. Police don't take those reports from men serious. No, I know of situations where the women who have stabbed their boyfriends or hit them with an object and weren't taken seriously. It's the truth, man. It is the
That's
truth, man. So that was a good excerpt on the domestic violence. We have a
mm.
survivor, died twice, came back. Look, I truly believe God is going to use you in a major way. He already has.
Oh
Look,
yeah.
you opened up and you started talking. You wasn't nervous as you thought you was going to be.
Well, because I don't want to not say look crazy in front of people, but like I guess that's my mental, like it was like, I guess it was like mentally messing with me, because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long
Yeah,
time, but haven't gotten around it because of the fear. Like, and at first I thought, like, when sharing my situation, I thought, like, in my head, that people probably would have thought I was just doing it for attention, and that's the role that society plays, I guess, like
yeah,
on people's mental health and everything, because so they do have some rude people out there and disrespectful people
yeah,
out there when it comes to sharing something that you actually been through. And it's all fun and games to say all of this until you actually go through something in your life, and who are you going to turn to? Like, would you want them people to be talking about you and saying what you said to them, to you? Like,
right. Let me tell you this, though. Just know that no matter what you try to do, there's always going to be those individuals. But please believe the math that there is far more
oh yeah,
that will appreciate your story and testimony than the crowd of hecklers that's just doing their job, man.
oh yeah.
Doing their
But
job.
this actually opened up the pathway for me. So I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity to speak on my situations and hopefully help the next person who may be going through any, traumatic situation that they feel like they can't get out of. Like that's been my prayer for a long time, and I'm happy that I did decide to make the move to do this, because it's giving me a better idea and a more peaceful mind and heart about showing the compassion to motivate other people, because that's what I've really been wanting to do. And God just answered my prayers. God just answered my prayers, and I'm excited to share, other things, give advice and everything. And I can't wait to see where it goes, from
No,
here.
next question. Tell me this.
Mhm.
If you could imagine it, what do you see yourself doing? What will it look like? Just make believe. What do you see yourself doing and how? Just imagine it.
Okay. Like, just imagine, like, don't say nothing.
No, I know I want you to share it.
As far as like what exactly do I see myself doing, I see myself being like a motivational speaker, or like I see myself doing maybe like a little bit of counseling, but I wouldn't say like a counselor, perhaps maybe like just somebody that people can come to, to speak on or get advice or get some type of motivation, So, hey girl.
So what would be some of the first stages to get towards that, what you think what they would be?
Definitely.
Give me a small one. Give me a small one. Give me a small one.
Doing things on social media, like going live and having my inbox open for anybody who would want to speak about something that they can't speak on, with everybody else knowing,
Y'all know I'm just getting her to speak it, right? Yeah.
I will be starting my YouTube channel soon, so I will be having videos on that as well. And I eventually want to do a nonprofit organization for the younger people around this area and hopefully branch off to other areas, because the violence around here has gotten really bad. Like in Opelousas, like it hasn't been that bad in years. I've never seen it like that. And like I think they're topping Baton Rouge right now, and Baton Rouge is like I had to move from there because it is really it's becoming unsafe, and unless you have that protection from God, like nothing else can save you. Like
that's how it's getting everywhere. That statement you just made. If you're not covered, if you're not covered by Him, I don't believe in luck, but good luck. If you're not covered under God, it's gonna
like, it's getting scary, and it's like it's the younger people mainly. Like, and I'm like, where's the lessons? Like, where's the like? How did your parents like teach? Like, how did they raise you? Because like it's we've never was raised like that. So to sit there and end somebody's life so quick to say like, oh, you don't want to get in a fight, or you trying to rob somebody for what? Because you don't have what you need. Like, go get a job. It's that simple. You need help with a resume, go to school, get your GED. Like, I want to motivate those types of people, because that violence isn't okay. The guns, like always dying by a gun, is never gonna be okay for me, because like somebody killed my brother, and I will never be okay with that. Something senseless as, oh, you wanted to rob him for some money, like, that you could have gotten somewhere else, and I hate that for people. Those people that kill somebody, those are the lost souls, and they need to find God, because it's horrible. Like hell is a horrible place to go, and I would hate to see these people go. I really would. No,
so how long
deserves that.
So how long are you gonna have us all waiting for this channel to start?
It will be up shortly. give or take less than 3 months. I'll say less than 3 months, because I'm still
y'all heard that right?
I might post my first video next month. It just depends on, I guess, where I'm at in my life and the things that need to be taken care of or met. So after that, I can. It's a goal from there. But less than 3 months, definitely. My first video posted and everything.
And look, I'm gonna stand firmly and tell you this: it's never gonna be a right time.
Yeah.
And look, let me give you encouragement. Let me give you some encouragement. I'm gonna give you some encouragement. When God planted this in me to do this, just got in a wreck, lost my car, just had to send my kid to his mom's crib. That was a blow. My back is out. I didn't have no income coming in for the last 3 months. And all the interviews you saw was during this. When God placed it on your life to do something, just do it. I promise. Don't wait for the right time. Just do it. Because they got people. Look, they got people depending on you.
Yeah.
To step out and do it.
Just suck it up and stop being scared, because that's really, I guess, the main thing as far as like maybe just speaking on camera and stuff. Like I have to build up the confidence, like more confidence for that, because I might just try to record myself and just freeze up and not say anything. So
hey, everybody in the comments, did she do a good job tonight? I want to hear if she did a good job, man. Y'all let me know if she did a good job relaying her testimony and her story, man. Let's see what the folks have to say, man. You did an awesome job, man.
Thank you.
You did an awesome job, man. What y'all think, man? I was encouraged, man. You died twice, man. Good Lord Almighty.
I can't tell you. Look, I've been through 8 cars, and I'm only 26. So I've been in accidents where it wasn't my fault, and I thought maybe somebody was just out to get me. Somebody hated me that much and didn't want to see me with, what I had, because I really worked hard for what I had. I've been without of a job for 4 years, so I've just been relying on faith in God, and He's been making a way every time.
Look,
I have it to where, like, I'm home with my son, I'm taking care of him. He's about to soon go to daycare or school, so I can do what I need to do,
Look,
but I'm happy I got that time at home, because
the people have voted. The people have voted, and the people say you did an amazing job tonight, man. Y'all drop some hearts for Mrs. Sydney tonight as we walk this mile with her, man. Any closing statements, man? I enjoyed your testimony. Was y'all encouraged by this testimony, man? And I look forward to see what you got coming up. I'm going to be a supporter. Me and the wife going to be supporters. All of us that's on here right now, we're going to be supporters of you, and we're going to be waiting. We're going to be waiting for you.
Look, I'm not going to have y'all waiting for that long.
Look, we're going to hold you to it, man. We're going to hold you to it. I'm serious. Look, you got to hold on.
I've been working on a book as well, so hopefully once I publish that, it will give a lot of people some more help and guidance and stuff. But this moment right here is the confirmation I needed to do what I need to do.
Glory.
Make the change.
Glory. It's time, man. Y'all,
the time is now.
look, I'm all for walking with you, but I'm like, nah, it may never come the perfect time, man. I didn't live it. Sometimes you just gotta go. When God is giving you that nudge, you just gotta go. You gotta trust him. If he gave you a vision, like my mom said on here, he gonna provide everything that you need. Oh, yeah. And I promise, once you start making them steps, you'll see that everything start unfolding, man. I promise you. I promise you. Look, teacher of many things. Walk. Look, step out and trust. Look, the people ready for you.
Look, I'm getting myself together real shortly. I'm gonna have it for y'all, because it's time. It's time. The time is now for me. Because if I don't take it, I feel like I'm gonna miss the blessing that God is trying to give me.
The windows, man. I'm telling you. I ain't gonna push past that though. Planting the seed. That's all. That is all. And look, we appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Thank y'all for listening. We appreciate you for coming on and sharing your testimony and sharing some of the experience you face. Thank you for pouring into the women, touching on that domestic violence. Look, that is an area that a lot of people have either gone through or going through right now. You touched on the trauma. You touched on counseling. Look, you touched on the wilding out stages. Look, you did a lot. You did a lot, and we appreciate it. And look, I'm gonna share this. I need everybody that's on this live right now, not only add her as a friend so y'all can wait with me, but also share this live, y'all, so we can get this testimony to many other people out there, man. We're going out with a song like we always do. Again, I appreciate you for sharing with us. Thank y'all for walking a mile with Miss Sydney. Any closing remarks?
Thank y'all so much for the positive comments. And I'm not only motivating people, but they're motivating me as well to follow in my God's given path and my life purpose. So I thank everybody and appreciate everybody. And I appreciate you for having me to be able to share my story and motivate other people.
Yes, indeed. Look, we love y'all. Keep God first. Look, walk in your purpose, man. Walk it out, man. We all in this together, and there's no greater time than right now, y'all. Y'all have an amazing night, and keep pressing, y'all.
And even though it gets hard, you gotta keep striving. Through the fears and the loss, but the tears won't turn off. No, he hears your heart's cry. Hold on to
To my queens, I see y'all in a different way. It's more to y'all than posing pictures on your Facebook page. God-given power to uplift a man, to make a slave, speak life into our dreams, or tear us down and watch us fade away. Know y'all position, cause you're vital to the family structure, no replacing any mother. Careful how you treating love. Elegant, heaven sent etiquette is like no other. Her love is better than buttered biscuits right out the oven. Know who you are, don't let this world define, shape or mold you. God's daughter, queen of nations, there's no box to ever hold you. Life creator, who protector, heaven sent, love injector, backbone, best gift ever, worth more than hidden treasure. I speak life, cause this world is trying to turn you cold. Replace that heart of stone with flesh. We need your love to make us whole. Kick back your crown and hold us down. Together, we won't fold. Get back to love how God intended. Change to make this family
Even though this life is tough,